I the only one that gets super excited when you see a really old book like this? 1877 and 1892? I just imagine like Little House on the Prairie, Laura Ingalls opening up this book. Oh, I love it so much. I love the smell. I love looking at them. My husband, not so much, but oh, I get so excited. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's Saturday and I don't know, I think it's the last Saturday of April. So we went to there's a place here called the Depot, and it's like an antique type shop. They have eating and stuff there too. We didn't eat there, but there was a huge car show. So I will show you the footage of that. And then we went inside into the little antique place called the Depot. And we actually bought a few things. Some of the stuff is going to be for my husband's sister because he's going to be visiting his mom. I'm looking at a yellow jacket or something up there. Please don't come near me. He's going to be visiting his mom, surprising his mom in Chicago for Mother's Day. He's going to fly over there, and his sister loves giraffes. So there are some things that I want to show you that we actually picked up. Usually, I'm not going to lie, I'm too cheap to buy anything. I just kind of like to look. Oh, and I did actually get something else for myself though today, which I'll pause the video and I'll go back inside and get it in a little bit. But so this is beautiful. She likes giraffes. So this was like $35, but her birthday's coming up. So he figured he'd give that to her, and he doesn't see her all the time. But they said that this is hand carved in Kenya. So that's pretty cool. And then this was $19, I believe. Made in India, 14 ounces. Royal Winchester? Is that who it is? The Royal Worcester Designs. Rendable Designs by Hannah Dale. Fine bone china mug. So that's cool. But look how pretty it is. It has that there. And then it has those cute little giraffes there. And then a little giraffe on the inside. He's like eating. Isn't that cute? And this is the place that makes it, in case they sell it. Please don't look at my nails. I've been meaning to put some nails on, but then I'm like, well, I gotta spring clean. Well, I have to make sourdough, which you already saw the video for the sourdough. I am gonna give it another try though, but you can't knead and do all this with sourdough with nails on. So, yeah. Oh, there's something else that I got here too. So this is the brand that they sell here. I see it's made from Hamptonville, North Carolina. It's called the Dutch Kettle. I've tried their pumpkin butter before. I've tried their muscadine jelly before. So this time we got the caramel pecan apple butter. It's $6.95, but it's really good. I already tried it when I got home because I couldn't wait. So I tried it on a piece of bread. It's delicious. It has like little pieces of pecan in it. Really, really good. Not too sweet. What does this say? Non-GMO, all natural. And I believe that I took some video of like the other ones that they have too. So yeah, let me go inside and I'm going to show you. Oh, this is my favorite thing that I found. I'll be right back. Hey guys, back. Okay, so don't ask me why I love this stuff, but old magazines. I love old magazines. My dream is to go to like, what do you call those things? Like an estate sale of like a really, really, really old person that just collected like stacks of magazines and just buy a whole stack of magazines. But anyway, I just like looking at the old articles and things like that. So these were, I paid $5 for it. They had quite a few. They had some for $5, some for $7. So in order for me to make it make sense in my head, I was telling myself, okay, well, if I find one that's close to my birthday, like the year that I was born, I'll get it. So it's close enough. It's June of 73, and I'm August, but look, a family circle. Ah! I already looked through it a little bit, and it's just so crazy how some things are the same and some things are just so different. So pretty much every other page is promoting cigarette smoking, which is so bad. And there's actually this article in here that talks about how if you know a person that doesn't smoke, I should have saved it. If you know a person that doesn't smoke, you need to entice them by telling them how good these cigarettes are. Crazy. But look, some Fisher-Price toys. Some of these toys you could actually still find. I remember these toys from back in the days. And then, what else? Hold on guys, hold on. Let's look at some styles. They were too fancy. Look how cute. Cute. And there's a whole little insert here for barbecues, all different like recipes and things. So that's pretty cool. And what is so funny is there's coupons in here that are like for 7 cents. Remember those 7-cent coupons? I mean, that was really saving you some bucks right there. But I mean, things were not as expensive as they are now, of course. Okay, so here's the ad right here. They're for Vantage cigarettes. If you don't smoke, show this ad to someone who does. And then it says at the end, you can tell them that Vantage draws easy and tastes just fine. You can tell them all of this, or you could just show them this ad. Wow. What does it say the Surgeon General says? Oh, that it's dangerous to your health. They were really trying to promote cigarette smoking for women. Like big time, big time, big time. Look at this. You can send in, what was it? $200. Oh no, usually it's $200, but if you have one end flap of a carton of Cools, you could have this whole Cools summer house for $129. Look at that. I'm sure that they were the envy of all their neighbors with that Cools house. And then I just want to show you a little bit of my magazine. See, here's one of the coupons that I'm telling you. 5 cents on the Heinz ketchup, which we still have the Heinz ketchup. What else? What else? Oh, look. The blue mac and cheese was still going strong back then with the blue box. Yeah, so I'm gonna have fun. Look at the style of the living room. I think all of us had that, right? Back in the days, we all had that plaid sofa going on. Look at that rug. The rug looks like it's AstroTurf. Wow. But yep, this is what I treated myself to, and I'm happy. I might, next time I go back, I might actually buy another one. I like to get them, like usually from the year I was born, or even like the 1950s, the 1960s. My grandma back in New York was a visiting nurse. back in, I think it was like the 50s or the 60s. She started out as, they called them traveling nurses, where she would like go to people's houses and things. So they spotlighted her in this magazine from New York, and she like went around. They followed her that day like a photographer, and they have pictures of her like giving a baby a bath. It's really cool. I had that somewhere. I need to pull it out so I could show you guys. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're new, please comment, subscribe. I would be so appreciative. And I will be back with another video. My husband, well, I knew that it was coming, but he wanted to get me a bicycle for Mother's Day. So just a short little story. I didn't grow up riding bicycles. So my mother was nervous and didn't want me on a bicycle, so I didn't grow up riding bicycles. I tinkered with them, and you know, I could ride one, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very good. Back in Florida, my husband got me a bike. It was like a little used bike, and me, him, my daughter, we all went to the park on this huge trail, and I'm not gonna lie, I chickened out, because I'm okay when I'm going, but then when I go to stop, I don't know, you know, it's frightening. But I want to get back into it because it's really good exercise. And then now we're here in North Carolina. There's all these parks all over, and it doesn't get as hot as it did in Florida. I mean, Florida was just so hot to be outside riding a bike. So we were looking, and I finally found one today. It's kind of, they call it, it's kind of like a cruiser bike, but cruiser bikes don't have hand brakes. They have like coaster brakes. And my husband said that for me, that I really do need handbrakes. So this one is kind of like a cruiser style. I'll show it to you probably tomorrow. But it has handbrakes, and it's so nice. They had one that was already put together, but I'm a little OCD, so I'm looking at the bike that's already put together. I mean, when I say that, it's just like when I go to the grocery store or any store, I'll grab the item that's behind the item, because, you know, it's just better. Nobody touched it, you know. So the bike was made, and I'm looking at it, and my husband's asking the associate, he's like, oh, can we take this bike that's made? The guy's like, yeah, sure, you could take that bike. And I'm like, do you have any in the back, you know, in the box? And he's like, well, I can check. And then I'm like asking my husband, I'm like, you know how to put together a bike, don't you? And he's looking at me like, well, yeah, I know how to, but like I really don't want to. So I know that he was praying that the man would come back and say that he didn't have any, but they did. They had two. So my husband put together the bike for me this afternoon in the living room, and it was fine. He knows that I would be more comfortable with it new and him putting it together, but there were a few times where he was like in a tinker, and he's like, man, we really should have bought the bike that was already made. But he put it together for me. I may need to get another seat for it, because those seats are so hard, and you know, I have a lot of cushion in, how do you call it, cushion? I don't know what you call it. But anyway, I probably need a bigger seat, let's just say. So I might get like a little comfort seat or something like that. But it's so cute. I can't wait to like accessorize it. And I hope that I get like better on it. But yeah, that happened. And whoop, I'm going to end here, guys. Remember, God is great and He loves you. And every single day is just such a blessing to be here. I will see you in the next video. Bye.